You can't become your best self and keep everyone happy. Here's one of the hardest truths you will ever have to accept. You cannot become your best self and keep everyone happy. Read that again, because if you are someone who desperately wants to be liked, understood, accepted, and approved of, this truth can feel terrifying. You may think you want success. You may think you want confidence. You may think you want to become the healthiest, happiest, most fulfilled version of yourself. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself what you're willing to lose in order to become that person? Because becoming your best self may cost you something. This video is produced by Samantha Munetsi, a renowned writer and psychotherapy expert. Thanks for tuning in. Get ready to get real value for your time. Let's dive in. Becoming your best self may cost you the approval of people who preferred the version of you that was easier to control. It may cost you friendships that were built around a version of yourself you have outgrown. It may cost you relationships where you were only valued when you were useful, agreeable, quiet, or small. It may even force you to disappoint people you love. And this is where many people turn back. Not because they don't have potential, not because they aren't talented, not because they don't have dreams, but because they discover that becoming who they truly are requires them to tolerate something they have spent their entire lives trying to avoid: being disliked. And for some people, that is more frightening than failure. Think about it. You can survive failing at something. You can try again. You can learn. You can start over. But what happens when you finally become confident and someone you love tells you that you've changed? What happens when you start setting boundaries and someone accuses you of being selfish? What happens when you start pursuing your dreams and someone you trusted tells you that you're unrealistic? What happens when you stop tolerating disrespect and suddenly you're called difficult? What happens when you become successful and someone you thought would celebrate you starts competing with you? What happens when you become emotionally healthier and the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries suddenly don't like the new you? This is where you discover something profound. Sometimes people don't miss you. They miss the version of you they could access. They miss the version who always said yes, the version who never challenged them, the version who needed their approval, the version who didn't have boundaries, the version who made them feel better about themselves because you were struggling too. And when you begin to change, you may find that some people don't celebrate your transformation. They resist it. They question it. They criticize it. They may even try to convince you that something is wrong with you. And if you haven't built a strong sense of identity, you may believe them. You may start thinking, maybe I'm becoming arrogant. Maybe I'm too ambitious. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I should just be grateful for what I have. Maybe I should stop talking about my dreams. Maybe I should go back to who I was. And slowly, without even realizing it, you begin shrinking yourself. You make your dreams smaller. You make your voice quieter. You make your personality more palatable. You hide your gifts. You stop taking risks. You stop expressing your opinions. You stop pursuing opportunities. You stop becoming. And you call it humility. But sometimes it isn't humility. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's people-pleasing. Sometimes it's the fear that if you become too visible, someone will reject you. And this is where I want you to understand something. You can be a good person and still be disliked. You can have a good heart and still be misunderstood. You can be kind and still have boundaries. You can love people and still outgrow them. You can forgive someone and still decide they no longer have access to you. You can be humble and still know that you have incredible potential. You can celebrate other people's success without apologizing for your own. You can become wealthy without feeling guilty for having more than someone else. You can become confident without becoming arrogant. You can become powerful without becoming cruel. You can become successful without becoming selfish. The problem is that many of us were taught to believe that being good means being endlessly accommodating. We think being a good person means never making anyone uncomfortable. But that's impossible, because the moment you start living authentically, someone will be uncomfortable. Your no will disappoint someone. Your boundaries will frustrate someone. Your ambition will intimidate someone. Your confidence will trigger someone. Your success will expose someone's insecurity.